You need 4.
Who?
Yuki?
Okay, you said 4, and I didn't know what you said. Like, that was all I heard. And that's just it. Like, I watched that, and I'm like, you would straight fall into the chasm. Like, you were, like, not even on the right side of the fucking chasm, near the, like, side where it wasn't falling. You were near where it just fell. And so I watched it, and I'm like, that's not how science works. You can't just ignore the laws of physics in your fucking movie when you're, like, movies based off of real life just for a cool action shot. It suspends my belief. It's like, oh, like, I just can't believe this would actually happen. It doesn't feel real. And I watched, like, the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift movie, and I remember I'm like, oh yeah, everything in this movie is grounded in reality. Like, I can see this shit actually happening. But, like, Fast and Furious 9 is like, no, that doesn't look normal at all. And that's the only thing that upsets me. That entire movie, every new fucking scene in that trailer just was like, this is unbelievable. There's no fucking way this can actually happen. And I'm like, I can't watch the movie, because if I were to watch the movie, I'd just be like, that doesn't work. Science just doesn't bend to your will. If you, like, there was another scene, alright, in the trailer, where the new main villain is Vin Diesel's brother, who is fucking John Cena.
No.
I'm not lying. So anyway,
No!
Vin Diesel has a brother, and he's John Cena, and they build him up to be, he's a master car driver, he's a master assassin, he's a master fighter, and I'm like, that's so fucking bullshit. But I'm like, anime does that, so I'm like, you know what, I'll believe that. I'll just believe that this person's just a super powerful human. I'm like, I can do that, because he's John Cena.
Motherfucking John Cena.
But, what do we do for Shax for Eager?
1 second, let me... Jax. Eager. The wrong thing. It's... Michelle 3.
Got it. But yeah, like, so there's a scene where Vin Diesel's on a car and they're racing down the road, right? John Cena is chasing him in driving a car, so Vin Diesel's on top of a car, and John Cena's driving a car down the road, chasing after him because he's the enemy. And so, they're like, you know, going at high speeds. So you know what happens? Wait, no, we don't need happiness. We already have Shax.
Oh. Then, my bad. You need, Tatsuya 1.
Okay. But yeah, like, they're racing down the fucking road, and so they're going at high speeds, and what happens immediately is another car pulls up right next to John Cena, and I'm like, aren't these people racing down the road? So wouldn't this car also be, like, speeding? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure another car wouldn't do that. If they see 2 cars with people fighting each other, and someone's on another car and they're speeding down the road, a third car won't just show up that's speeding as well. Oh, we got happy. Give me money.
No, I guess you could talk to Kanara.
No, we don't need to.
You need the stars.
I'm fine. But like, that's what happens in the thing is, this third car shows up, and I'm like, okay, whatever. The third car can show up, even though everyone else is speeding. What doesn't make sense is John Cena then does like the Mario Kart thing of ramming into them, like, you know, a fucking bumper car at like an amusement park. He just bumps right into them by swerving to the right.
Yeah.
So Vin Diesel is on the left of John Cena. John Cena is in the middle. A car pulls up next to John Cena on his right. John Cena drives and bumps into the car on his right, where Vin Diesel is not on. If he did that to the car Vin Diesel was on, Vin Diesel would fall off and die. But instead of doing that, he bumps into the other car on purpose. The car then swerves out of control and then flips to the left side in front of John Cena, not hitting him because it goes in front of John Cena, and flips over and hits Vin Diesel, who's standing on a car to the left of John Cena. And I'm like, that's not how physics. If you hit a car that's on your right, it goes to the right. It doesn't go to the left and then flip over. You also can't hit another car like a bumper car and then watch it do a fucking 180-degree flip. I'm like, that's not how math works. Right? And so I see this scene and I'm like, that's not how a car suddenly flips. I even watched it in slow-mo. You see the car's flat on the ground, it hits nothing and then just starts flipping. Like there was nothing to prompt it fucking doing a 180-degree flip after being hit to the right and going to the left. But yeah, I watched like the trailer and I'm like, that's not how a thing works. Right? Like you don't hit a car and it flips to the other direction that you hit it in.
I mean, okay, Luis, can we talk here for a second?
What?
Do you realize what you've just been saying for like the past 5 minutes?
Yeah, something that the Fast and Furious movies are bullshit physics. They're like the fucking Gravity movie. They don't understand that they're not basing it in reality. When other movies in this series have been based off of reality, they don't do anything stupid and crazy. But this one is like, we don't care. We'll do what we want, even if it doesn't make sense.
All I could hear was fucking John Cena, Vin Diesel, John Cena, Vin Diesel.
That's what the trailer is! They don't do anything. There was no plot besides just Vin Diesel is the protagonist and John Cena's trying to kill him. That's the entire plot of the movie.
It sounds like some fucking wrestling.
It's the one movie that Dwayne The Rock Johnson isn't in either. He's not in the fucking trailer. Apparently he doesn't show up in Fast 9, and I'm like, I thought he was like the main character of the series, so they just replaced one wrestler with another. That's all they do! Like, in this movie series, I don't even watch it. I only ever watched one of them, and that was with Jordan because he had it. And I'm like, oh man, Tokyo Drift? Oh, I'm like, oh man, this is pretty cool. And I remember the worst part about Tokyo Drift was at the end when Vin Diesel shows up just for a fucking 5-second cameo. And I'm like, why the fuck do I care?
Oh man, you got the Kiki Ichimuji?
Yeah, I guess that's how. Yeah. Look at that. Wow, that's a lot of attack. Oh yeah, that's because we didn't buy a new weapon for Tatsuya. But like,
yeah, but we don't care about fucking weapons. They're useless.
Yeah. But that entire movie, well, I didn't watch the movie, it was the trailer. But it's just so not grounded in reality, and I'm like, physics don't work that way. And I can't fucking watch that video or that movie, because if I would just be increasingly more upset than I currently am.
I want to go to a movie theater with you now, watching
and
this movie.
It can't be good movies. It has to be like specifically like movies that just don't understand what the concepts of reality are. Because like every movie is like based off reality. Like if it's sci-fi, I can believe all the stupid bullshit. Like Star Trek makes sense, Star Wars makes sense. It's like, oh yeah, the Force is just magical powers they have because that's what it is. But like, they're like, no, Vin Diesel in this new movie is just a regular guy who's good at driving cars that defies physics. And I'm like, no. It's stupid. And that's the entire movie.
I love this. This is hilarious. This is.
I'm not even done. The third thing that fucking pissed me off is, you ever see like in movie, this is a cliche, but like it's been a long time coming. So you know that cliche where when a car stops, it does a front flip?
Yeah.
That's not how fucking shit works. Like, I believe if the car is small enough and fast enough, and the object it rams into is at a certain location and angle, yes, it can do a front flip. But what happens...
if you make the car extremely front heavy,
yes,
it's also possible. But you have to modify the vehicle to be that way.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, you would have to do that. So they do that cliche, but they don't do it with the car. They don't even do it with a truck. They do it with a 3-part heavy armored vehicle. So like, imagine the front of a train, right?
Yeah.
And it has basically attached to it a trailer, which is another heavy armored car, similar to the one in front. And then attached to that one like a trailer is a third one. And it hits a car, and all 3 parts of it do the front flip. And I'm like, that's not how it would work. Right? Like, if a car like that were to do a front flip, it wouldn't be like that. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
God damn it, I make Kirihima mad. But, like, so so imagine the front of a the fucking caboose, the front of a train, linked to itself 3 times, hitting a small car, I believe, and doing a complete front flip of all 3 parts of the train. That's not how it would work. If it were to crash into something, the part behind it would keep moving forward, causing it to, like, angle differently, causing it to, like, form a zigzag shape. But they don't do that. They're like, that's not cool. It has to do a front flip because fuck you, physics and force. Force doesn't apply that way. And I'm like, that's so stupid. And that's why I hate the movie. That I haven't seen. It's solely because they ignored that, like, just, oh yeah, it's just gonna ignore the front flips and whatever. No, these guys actually do damage.
Why can't you do damage?
No, they actually do damage.
Oh no, they do damage?
Yeah, they did like 20.
Oh, 20 damage? Oh my god, that's so much!
Can't believe Akiji died. We need to go heal. Thanks.
That poison trap. Good job.
Yeah. Oh, we had I don't even know when we got that. But like that front flip, like I'm like that's not how you idiots like learn science. It's not that hard to just realize, oh yeah, we could do something that doesn't cause stupidity in ourselves. But there's the other thing with the plane, where the plane does a 45-degree. It's so dumb.
You love this, don't you?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Tatsuya, what was it? For Shax?
Tatsuya what?
Can't remember again.
Oh, fuck. Tatsuya... 1.
Yeah, it was 1. God fucking damn it! We had like max happiness and thing, and oof.
Oh, you fucked it?
Yeah, because we RNG'd badly 3 times in a row again.
Sounds fun.
It's dumb. Everyone's level 19, that's awesome. No. Wait, no, that's not the correct path. How do we get a contact with Shax?
That one is... Michelle 3.
Yeah. But, yeah, they have a plane in the fucking movie take a 45-degree turn after... So it's horizontal, right? The plane is flying horizontal to the ground. A car jumps off a cliff, probably going like 80 miles per hour. The plane then has to go faster than the car because what the plane does is it follows the fucking car off the cliff, and so it has to go at least like a 45-degree angle towards the water. And it has to then use a magnet to pick up the car. And I'm like, that's believable, because some magnets are strong enough to pick up a car.
It's a beautiful life.
Yeah.
And so, but what I don't believe is the ability that the plane was able to take a 45-degree angle going faster than 80 miles per hour and not hit the water? And not only does it not hit the water, it is then able to go 90 degrees up to then avoid the island in front of it that has a mountain on it. So it goes 45 degrees down, picks up the car, then goes 90 degrees up and fucking narrowly avoids the mountain for a cool action shot. And I'm like, no, that fucking plane would hit the water immediately. But that's not what the fucking... That's not what the movie does. That's not what the trailer does. They just say, fuck it, we'll ignore the fucking... We'll ignore how fast the plane is moving, and it just avoids the water and narrowly avoids the mountain instead of crashing into the water, because that should have happened. And it's just like, well, we're gonna ignore how fast shit's going, ignoring everything, because fuck it. Oh, there's a Shaxx here, I didn't see it. But yeah, that's the entire movie, is just, from what that trailer is just, hey, we're gonna ignore laws of physics, and just have it so everything works out in the end for cool action shots that aren't grounded in reality, so when you watch it, you'll just be like, that doesn't make sense. This happens a lot for me whenever I watch movies. It's just like, that doesn't seem believable. And because of this, I can't believe in the movie. I can't trust the movie. I'm like, how am I supposed to believe that any of this can happen when you don't follow any rules whatsoever? Like, everyone can take any risk they want without any repercussions. Because you'll just say, oh yeah, it can happen. And if it doesn't work, you'll just be like, well, of course that wouldn't work. And you're like, but none of this should have worked either. Like, that's the whole problem with it, is like, there's no reason for anyone to die, and if they do kill someone, it'll just be for dramatic effect that's artificial, instead of, oh yeah, there were risks. And you're like, but everyone took a risk so far and succeeded. Why is this the one time it doesn't work? And that's the entire thing that I'm upset with. It's like, there's no reason to watch it, because it's like, they'll succeed, and if they don't, they just said they shouldn't.
Yeah.
And that's the bad part. And that's why I don't think that's gonna be... It's not Kino, it's stupid.
That was a great 30-minute rant.
Good. It made me so mad. I'm like, Casey, I'm like, I can see why you think it's Kino. But like, I can't watch movies and... I watch movies and turn off the brain, but I turn off the brain in a way to see whether or not the movie is good or bad. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's how I was able to enjoy the last couple of Star Wars movies, is I watched them without thinking about it too much. And then the next day, I would think about it and be like, oh no, that wasn't a good movie. I was like, oh, I can't believe I just watched episode 7 and it was just actually episode 4.
So...
And so, like, but if I were to watch this movie, it's like, I have to be led to believe that it can happen. That way I can at least turn the brain off. But if it's like no grounded reality, I'm like, I can't turn the brain off because it's just like, you're smart enough to realize that this doesn't make sense.
By the way, Luis, did you ever watch episode 9?
Of what? Yes, I did. I hated that.
Well, what'd you hate about it, buddy?
So why was the first half of the movie a fetch quest to find an item for a fetch quest?
Wasn't that great, though?
That was the most annoying part. They were like, okay, we need to find the item that will let us find the item that will let us find the Palpatine. But at the first, didn't they like not know that Palpatine existed? Also, why was no time dedicated to the movie at all that Palpatine survived somehow?
So here's what happened, Luis. You have to understand, this is what happens when you have a person who, the director, right?
Yeah.
So they brought in a new director for this new trilogy, right?
Yes, I know that.
Okay, well, the second movie was then filmed by a different director. So the story took a completely different turn than what J.J. Abrams wanted.
Yeah, okay.
So, really, what should have happened is the second movie shouldn't have existed.
Good. I just don't understand, like...
Actually,
there's so many things that are bad. So you did watch episode 9, correct?
My point is... Yeah, I did.
Okay.
my point is, if J.J. Abrams actually wrote the second one and was actually able to film it properly,
We'd have a better tie-in.
we would have had we would actually had a tie-in.
Oh.
That was the issue. The
Yeah.
whole Palpatine thing literally existed in the opening credits. That's
Yeah.
how we knew. That's how we knew Palpatine existed. And
I
it's
knew
like,
it because of the trailer. That's I'm not lying. That's exactly why I knew he existed. I remember opening the credits. They said, "Oh, ha, he's alive," but I'm like, how do the characters know he's alive? I know he's alive because the credits told me, and the trailer told me. But how do the characters know he's alive, and how do they know they have to kill him?
see, here's the thing. I never watched any of the trailers, so the only reason I knew he was alive was from the opening credits.
The reason
I'm
I
like,
knew he
fuck
was
is
alive was
literally going
the
on.
trailer. One of the trailers ended with Palpatine's laugh, and then all of Twitter got mad that Palpatine was somehow still alive, instead of dying to the fall or old age. That guy was an old man when Leia was a young, like, woman.
Yeah.
And he's still alive, and I'm like, sure, he's attached to this machine, but I'm also sure that, like, he should have died from the fall, because everyone knew he was dead. I'm like, how... Right? Like,
I mean, to be fair, the guy comes back even in the extended,
Yeah,
even
but-
in the original
but they
extended
didn't
universe.
give us any explanation as to how he lived
True.
or how he survived.
True.
And
Oh, I
that's
agree.
the bad part. The other
Well,
bad
that
part
was
is...
that was one bad part. Yes.
Remember when Finn was like, hey Rey, I have to tell you something, and then the movie ended?
Well,
Well, what did he want to tell her? Is it the idea that we're not supposed to know yet?
no. It's the most obvious thing ever. He's
yeah,
force sensitive. That's all.
it's just, they didn't do anything.
He's just force sensitive. Don't worry. That's all.
It's bad.
Dude, can you make the iris now? There was a little symbol next to it.
No. Where was it? Oh, we can. Do we want to? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sure.
might as well. Yeah, Magna, Beknara, Media, Zianga, yeah.
Yeah, like that's a good. That's why I'm like,
Yeah, we need Medea. Didn't someone else have a Medea?
yeah, Pixie did.
Yeah, but the reason why I didn't like episode 9 was like, they were like, okay, we need to find the dagger, right? And so they go on a quest to find the dagger. And then it turns out the dagger is like, okay, use the dagger to find the item. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, the entire movie was just a fetch quest for a fetch quest for a
the
fetch quest
first
for a
half
fetch
of
quest
the
for a
movie was just, we need to find the dagger. And then they find the dagger, and then they lose it. And then they do, oh no, Chewbacca's dead. And then a minute later, he's like, haha, we can't kill off a beloved character like that. And I'm like, cool. What are risks taken? And, you know, fucking punishments for, like, being anything.
But you know who will kill?
What-
Han Solo.
Because he didn't want to be in the movies. And that was a good idea. It didn't matter because he still showed up, but like... Remember when C-3PO had risked his own memory and lost it? And I'm like, wow, shit actually matters. There's something at stake. And then immediately, as soon as he runs into R2-D2, he gets his memories back. And I'm like, what was the point of that?
Yeah.
Why do that if there's no punishment, if there's no lasting effect? This is war. Show something bad that happens.
Might as well make this Orohime whatever.
Remember when they get the Deus Ex Machina of everyone in the universe helping them? I'm like, why does that happen? They'd never helped them ever before, even when they had a chance. But now all of a sudden they quote-unquote have a chance and they show up in a more one-sided fight because there was like 1,000,000 Star Destroyers. Remember that? There's like 1,000,000 of them now, and they can all destroy planets now. And then the universe thought they had a chance. The universe thought they had a chance when there were 1,000,000 Star Destroyers that could destroy a planet, rather than 0 that could destroy a planet. I'm like,
Isn't it great that the Star Destroyers are now literally just Death Stars?
Yes! I'm like, that, like,
Every-
okay. I'm like, that's
every
a cool
single one
thing,
of them.
but also doesn't make sense, but whatever.
It actually does make sense, because if you played Knights of the Old Republic,
I don't even know if I replayed that. I might have.
or make that Odahime, whatever, I mean, fuck it, why not?
Yeah. No, Iris can be used on 2 people. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, we're not using. Oh yeah, we're using this. I can't check the skills I currently have for these things. I'd have to go here. Oh, we can get Empress now. Look.
Oh yeah, but Aquas and all that.
Yeah, Aquas
You
and...
could, there was also a strength you can make, Odahime or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it gives you, but...
Diorama, Aquis... Malaquis.
Oh, so that's cool, that's some good stuff.
Yeah, let's make them. Who cares?
Fucking Persona, right?
Yeah. But yeah, like the whole thing of the episode 9 was like there was nothing mattered, everyone lived. The character who died in real life died in the movie. I'm like, that's sad, but why did she live the last time she was stuck in space? That didn't make sense either.
You know what's even funnier? There was a point in that movie. You remember when Ray and what's his face are like having that moment
Yeah.
at the very end?
When the in episode 9?
Yeah.
When they're like, oh, I like that they were able to hand off the lightsaber from one person to the other.
Yeah, then
Because they've always been able to interact with each other physically through those moments, and they were able to do that at the end. I'm like, that's smart. That's the one thing I respect from this entire fucking trilogy.
what I wanted at the very end of that movie, when, you know, Ray brings him back to life,
Yeah.
I wanted this really dumb shit where they just kept doing that back and forth.
Also, why the
Like-
fuck did Kylo Ren stop being evil? Was it purely because he was horny for Rey's feet pics or something?
Yeah.
Like, that's stupid. He's like, I'm gonna go kill my dad and my fucking teacher and basically my own mother because I don't have a fucking motive. You know it's true.
Oh, I know it's true. It's literally just because he was freaking gay for Ray.
Thanks, Kylo Ren, for doing absolutely nothing. Like that, I like the like. Here's the thing: when I went and watched episode 7 and 8 in the movie theaters, I turned my brain off and I was able to enjoy it. I wasn't able to do that for episode 9 because halfway through the movie, I'm like, nothing's happened. Like, we're on a fetch quest to find an item that will let us find something else. It's not even that the item we're looking for will get us to where we need to go.
And isn't the worst part about that is that you knew it was a fetch quest for a fetch quest from the beginning?
Yes. They're like, oh, we need the item that fucking Kylo Ren has. And I'm like, oh, the plot twist is that they're gonna end up finding the dagger and having to kill Kylo Ren to get the item, then to go kill Palpatine. And then that didn't happen.
Yeah, I mean,
And
there
then,
was a lot of...
Kylo Ren just finds it himself and he's like, fuck you, I found it my own. I don't even know if we want to use those guys instead of what we currently have.
No, you don't, but you want to use it on other people at some point. I mean, it's Persona. You have them to use them like...
Yeah. Wait, we should, put the guy that has Medea on someone so we can actually have Medea. I don't think it has Medea yet. It was the
Do you remember-
Empress.
Okay, so Nemesis? So who's good with Nemesis?
Nope. No. Okay, there we go.
What does she currently have?
Nakamata.
Oh, useless. Good. I mean, Nekomato was only good because of Miragi or something.
Yeah. There we go. But yeah, like, oh boy, is there like Star Wars, I'm like, episode 9. I think the cool part was when Rey and Kylo were fighting. I'm like, this is interesting, because this is what you expect. Right?
Yeah.
And then that ended, and then they're like, okay, bye Kylo, the next time we meet we'll be friends. I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
Oh, and there was also the very slight hope I had. The very, very slight hope I had.
Remember when Finn used to do stuff? Because I don't.
There was this very slight hope I had that Rey would actually become a Sith Lord.
That would have been edgy.
Like, there was this...
Who are you? My name's Rey. Rey who? Raid Shadow Legends. Play for now on your iOS or mobile devices.
Like, I was really hoping she would actually do this thing where she'd become a Sith Lord, but be like a good Sith Lord or something.
Yeah, just use the
bullshit.
Sith powers for good.
Yeah,
That'd
and
be
I'm like,
interesting.
that would have been a really cool ending to like break this apart from the old stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what would have been cool? If Finn decided to, you know, get a bunch of stormtroopers to also ditch the fucking Sith and have him lead an entire fucking band of renegade stormtroopers instead of him meeting a band of renegade stormtroopers, and you know, nothing happens with that.
Yeah. Except for the possibility that either Finn or that chick is like the daughter / son of
Yeah,
frickin'...
they hint at it at the end. Fucking Lando Calrissian's daughter was the leader of the rebel stormtroopers. They hinted at that. The idea was they originally wanted that to be a thing, but because time of the movie was a thing, so that didn't happen. And I'm like, okay, so instead they just hinted at it and nothing happens from it, and I'm like, that's dumb.
It's okay.
Like, you didn't even need that scene. It's like, haha, look, it's the 2 black people in the universe, because the third one's over there. That's exactly what it is.